warm welcome to our special presentation, Parliament Matters from the Parliament House Complex, the show where we bring you important highlights of the last session of Rajya Sabha and the latest developments in Parliament. I'm Kriti Mishra, and now let's begin the show. Responding to questions on the floor of the Rajya Sabha, Home Minister Amit Shah apprised the members that situation in Jammu and Kashmir was normal. He also said that post-abrogation of Article 370, not a single person died in Kashmir in police firing. He also said that the decision to restore internet services in Kashmir will be taken once the local administration is convinced. Take a look.
Responding to a supplementary question in the Rajya Sabha during question hour on 20th November, Home Minister Amit Shah said that national security was of paramount importance and the internet curb in Kashmir will be lifted at appropriate time.
पूरी स्थिति सामान्य हो चुकी है। देश और दुनिया में इसके लिए कई प्रकार की भ्रांतियां, कोई गलत आशा नहीं होगा, मगर फैली हुई है। तो मैं इस सदन के माध्यम से देश की जनता के सामने ये पूरी कश्मीर की सामान्य स्थिति के बारे में बताना चाहता हूं। जहां तक लॉ एंड ऑर्डर का सवाल है, 5 अगस्त के बाद एक भी व्यक्ति की पुलिस फायरिंग से मौत नहीं होगी।
Home Minister informed the members that over 22 lakh metric tons apples have already been transferred out of the region. The farmers have been provided additional help. More than 93,247 landlines have opened up and mobile phones are already working.
देश की सुरक्षा का सवाल है, कश्मीर घाटी के और जम्मू के नागरिकों की सुरक्षा का सवाल है और आतंकवाद के खिलाफ की लड़ाई का सवाल है। तब हमें कहीं ना कहीं प्रायोरिटी तय करनी पड़ती है और जैसे ही वहाँ के प्रशासन को उचित लगेगा, हम तुरंत इस पर पुनर्विचार करेंगे। मानवीय दवाइयों की उपलब्धता पर्याप्त है और कहीं पर कोई तकलीफ नहीं है।
Shah also said that all newspapers and television channels are functioning in Kashmir and there was no decline in circulation of newspapers. He informed that all the schools and colleges were open in Jammu and Kashmir, including the Kashmir Valley, and the examinations for classes 10th and 12th were being held. He also said that all hospitals and health centers were open and all medical services are fully operational. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Santhali language made its debut in the upper house when member Sarojini Hembram made her zero-hour submission in Santhali language. In fact, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has always encouraged members to speak in their mother tongue while ensuring that Hindi and English translations are available for other members. Here are the details.
Santhali, an Austro-Asiatic Munda language spoken mostly by tribals in Odisha, made its debut in the upper house. BJD Sarojini Hembram made a zero-hour submission in Santhali language and demanded Bharat Ratna for Raghunath Murmu, who created the Chiki script for Santhali language.
सर, आज मेरे लिए एक ऐतिहासिक दिन है जो मैं संताली भाषा में पहली बार इस उच्च सदन में बोलने जा रही हूँ। उड़ीसा स्टेट में 62 टाइप के ट्राइबल कम्युनिटी रहते हैं। उनमें से संताली एक कम्युनिटी है। मैं उस कम्युनिटी से आती हूँ। संताली मेरी मातृभाषा है और ओलचिकी हमारी स्क्रिप्ट है। मानतन परसेद गोंके संताली परसी आड़ंगते रोड रेना दाव पे एमका दिनते अड़ी अड़ी के सरहाव मलाई परसेद गोंके संताली सांतारिनी ओलचिकी सिरजन दाता पंडित रघुनाथ मुर्मू तिकिन भारत रत्न मनते मन व्यवहार केन लगे सरकार ट्रेनिंग नेहरेत किया।
Chairman Naidu informed the House that Santhali language was used for the first time in the upper house.
Manotan member Amak Gag Parsi Santari Terar Lagit Amak Saraho. पहली बार उन्होंने संताली में बोला। Members, I would like to inform you that Santali has been spoken today for the first time on the floor of the Rajya Sabha. You would all, that too by a lady member. You would also be glad to know that the interpretation from Santali to Hindi was done under the new scheme by an empaneled consultant for Santali, who is not a regular employee of the Secretariat, but a PhD student.
In a significant development, the Secretariat of the Rajya Sabha has started providing simultaneous interpretation for 5 more languages: Santhali, Dogri, Kashmiri, Konkani and Sindhi. This became possible after Chairman Naidu inducted a new panel of interpreters. Of the 22 scheduled languages, the Rajya Sabha earlier had simultaneous interpretation services for 17 languages. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made several important observations in the Rajya Sabha during the winter session of Parliament to uphold parliamentary customs, conventions and etiquettes. Take a look.
Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made an important observation to ensure smooth conduct of zero hour and to curtail disruptions.
If the member persistently defies the chair and goes on making commentary, I have no option otherwise naming them. I only appeal to all the members not to take me to that extent to name anybody beyond a point. Third observation, the members bringing either play card or as just now I said about a purifier, about some masks, this because of this pollution and all. Nothing should be displayed in the house. It is totally prohibited. And action has to be taken against such members in future if anybody does like this.
Chairman also denounced the action of defying the chair or making running commentary in the House without chair's permission.
And there are leaders of the respective parties also. You can convey it to the leaders and leaders can bring it to my notice also. And whether when we have any leader intervenes in anything, normally we try to attend it positively. Please understand this and then cooperate in proper conduction of the House, because I would like to repeat, 250th session, we should remember the expectation of the people and then please rise to the occasion and help in proper conduction of the House.
Chairman Naidu reminded the members that display of articles or placards in the House was strictly prohibited. He expressed displeasure over unsubstantiated allegations against the chair in letters addressed to him.
Some people have developed a new habit of writing to the chairman, and the letter do not reach the chairman, and the chairman has to read it in the newspapers. Please, if you feel that is a very important issue that to be brought to my notice, please write to me. I have no problem. But you should wait for some time so that I receive it and go through it. And then in that also some people have developed the habit of making allegations against the chair also, thinking chair will come under pressure and then try to be positive to their, I am the last man and this House should be the last one to go by such pressure tactics brought by media. I can understand members have got every right to come to my room. I think it's most liberal way of meeting the chairman. This is my experience out of 20 years. People have got right to come and meet me and also express their viewpoint and all.
Reminding the members that Rajya Sabha, being the House of Elders, has an added responsibility. Chairman said that people expect a mature outlook, dispassionate and sensitive contemplation and meaningful deliberations on the issue of public importance. He urged the members to live up to the expectations and be role models for other legislatures. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
Several issues of public importance were raised during zero hour in the upper house during the winter session of Parliament. Here are the details.
Sir, recently we have...
Member Shantanu Sen of the TMC demanded rollback of the ban on the retail sale and private manufacture of oxytocin.
This oxytocin injection is used to prevent maternal mortality. Sir, a mother, after giving birth to a child, the oxytocin is given to that particular mother to prevent postpartum hemorrhage. Because in our country, this postpartum hemorrhage is the most important cause of maternal mortality. When WHO recommends immediate administration of oxytocin to the mother immediately after the childbirth, our Health Ministry is advising to administer oxytocin little later, which might lead to end number of maternal mortality. So our government must reconsider the issue and Where there is adequate structure available, there we can wait and watch. But where there is not adequate structure available, especially in the rural India, it must be reconsidered.
Thank
to
you,
prevent
Doctor.
And to
You
decrease
made a
the
very good
maternal
point.
mortality.
BJD's Prasanna Acharya voiced concern over the rising acid attacks on women.
Every day in some part of the country, we get reported there is acid attack on women, which is the most heinous form of gender-based violence as today. Sir, there are many innocent acid attack victims like Lakshmi Agarwal. Lakshmi Agarwal is a woman, sir, who is a victim of this acid attack and who is pioneering a nationwide agitation against this barbaric act. Sir, the culprit all the time, their aim is not to kill, but to disparage the beauty of a woman, which is most heinous, sir.
Shwet Malik of the BJP highlighted the problems faced by the border villages in Punjab.
सर मैं एक बड़ा इम्पॉर्टेंट इशू आपके ध्यान में लाना चाहता हूं सरकार के आपके माध्यम से कि पंजाब में सैकड़ों किलोमीटर का जो एरिया है वो बॉर्डर बेल्ट है और वो भी पाकिस्तान के साथ लगता है कि जो कभी ना कभी शरारत करता रहता है और डिस्टर्ब करता रहता है। मैं आज डिमांड कर रहा हूं वहां जो किसान और छोटे व्यापारी बॉर्डर की बेल्ट के साथ रहते हैं उनके विषम परिस्थिति और उनके जीवन की कठिनता के बारे में कि सर ऐसा है कि ये एक तो बॉर्डर सिक्योरिटी फोर्स है, एक आर्मी है कि जो बॉर्डर की सुरक्षा करते हैं, एक और ताकत भी है जो बॉर्डर की सुरक्षा करती है। ये वो लोग किसान हैं, वो छोटे व्यापारी हैं जो बॉर्डर के बिल्कुल साथ रहते हैं और उनका जीवन बहुत कठिन है।
DMK's Tiruchi Shiva stressed that Tamil must be used in the Madras High Court.
Sir, there has been a long-pending demand from the Tamil Nadu state that Tamil must be the language used in the High Court of Madras. Sir, in 2014, the law minister's reply stated very clearly that the second request of the states of Tamil Nadu and Karnataka for the usage of Tamil and Kannada in the high courts of the respective states have been referred to the Supreme Court for its decision on the viability of the use of Tamil and Kannada. The decision is not yet known. Sir, because of the deprivation of the local or regional language in the high courts, there is an unequal access for the lawyers, sir. So, sir, we urge that Tamil must be used as the language in the proceedings of the High Court in Madras and the necessary actions may be taken.
The universal practice is to have the local language at the state level. And this has been the feeling of the people across the country, irrespective of the state and language, that whatever is being argued in the court should be known to the petitioners. I don't use the word litigants because that sends a negative message. Sometimes government also becomes litigant. So the language in the high courts should be of the state. This is a very valid suggestion. This should be, the Supreme Court is considering it. We hope that they will consider it at the earliest.
TMC's Nadimul Haq drew the attention of the House on the destruction caused by cyclone Bulbul in West Bengal.
Sir, I would like to draw your attention and through you to the whole House of the devastating impact that cyclone Bulbul has recently had in the state of West Bengal and Odisha. The cyclone, sir, has affected the lives of thousands of people, with houses being brought down and electricity cables being snapped in 6 districts of West Bengal, namely, sir, East and West Midnapur, North and South Chowbis Pargana, and Hooghly and Howrah. Sir, the Irrigation and Waterways Department, the Power Department, and sectors such as fisheries and animal resources have suffered losses.
Chaya Verma of the Congress asserted that Chhattisgarh rice was not being bought by the centre.
एक महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दे पे मैं सदन का ध्यान आकृष्ट कराना चाहूँगी। वित्त मंत्री जी भी यहाँ पर मौजूद हैं। छत्तीसगढ़ राज्य का चावल केंद्रीय पूल से नहीं खरीदा जा रहा है, इसलिए मैं सदन से आग्रह करना चाहती हूँ कि नियमों में शिथिलता लाकर, जैसे 17 और 18 में जब छत्तीसगढ़ में बीजेपी की गवर्नमेंट थी तो नियम में शिथिल कर वहाँ का चावल केंद्रीय पूल से खरीदा गया। मैं चाहती हूँ उसी तरह नियमों में शिथिलता बरतते हुए अभी भी चावल वहाँ का खरीदे।
Issue of problems faced by transport employees in Telangana also found resonance in the upper house. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
The report of the department-related Parliamentary Standing Committee was presented to the upper house during the winter session of Parliament on the management of worsening traffic situation in Delhi. The panel made 107 recommendations to make Delhi more livable.
The report of the 31-member department-related Standing Committee on Home Affairs, headed by Rajya Sabha member Anand Sharma, on the management of worsening traffic situation in Delhi was presented in the upper house on 11th December 2019. The committee called for radical measures to check the growing number of vehicles on Delhi roads. The panel suggested making registration of new vehicles conditional to scrapping or disposing of old vehicles, allowing it only if the occupants of houses have parking space, besides linking insurance premium with traffic rule violations.
राजधानी होने के कारण यहाँ की ट्रैफिक समस्या ज़्यादा महत्व की हो जाती है, क्योंकि देश विदेश से लोग आते हैं, पर्यटक भी आते हैं, दूतावास के लोग आते हैं, विदेशी मेहमान आते हैं और यहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के सभी महत्वपूर्ण मंत्रालय और ऑफिसेज हैं। इसको देखते हुए स्टैंडिंग कमेटी ने इस पर बहुत ही गहराई से विचार किया है और प्रेजेंटेशन लिया है और विभिन्न विभागों के लोगों का मत जाना है। और स्टैंडिंग कमेटी आईआईटी भी गई थी और आईआईटी में जाने के बाद वहाँ पर प्रेजेंटेशन लिया गया। लगभग ऐसे 100 स्थानों को आइडेंटिफाई किया गया और उससे अधिक जगहों को भी देखा गया बार बार कि जहाँ पर हम ट्रैफिक की समस्या से निजात पा सकते हैं। सबसे महत्वपूर्ण बात है कि जो मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी है, मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी में मेक इन इंडिया सबसे अच्छी बात है कि प्रधानमंत्री जी का जो कार्यक्रम मेक इन इंडिया है उसके तहत जिन लोगों ने कदम बढ़ाया है उनकी नॉलेज पार्टनर के रूप में आईआईटी ने उपयोग किया है, उनका प्रेजेंटेशन आया है। तो
Expressing concern over old and unfit vehicles, the committee recommended strict action to ensure compliance with the order of National Green Tribunals on phasing out diesel and petrol vehicles of 10 and 15 years vintage. Referring to the entry of about 12 lakh vehicles daily into Delhi and conveying displeasure over lack of regulation of freight traffic management, the panel stressed the need for a well-considered freight traffic regulation policy, besides effective regulation of entry of other vehicles from neighbouring states, in particular during peak traffic hours. Expressing concern over not adding to the bus fleet during the last 10 years, the panel strongly urged the Delhi government to ensure addition of 6,000 more buses. The committee also referred to the implementation of odd-even scheme. It strongly recommended that a study be conducted on the impact of easing congestion in Delhi.
जो हमने रिपोर्ट दी है उस रिपोर्ट में 3-4 बातें महत्वपूर्ण हैं। एक तो जहाँ पर सबसे ज़्यादा ट्रैफिक कंजेशन है वहाँ पर फ्लाईओवर का स्वरूप जो परंपरागत फ्लाईओवर से डिफरेंट हो। दूसरा, जो विभिन्न विभाग हैं जैसे दिल्ली पुलिस का है और यातायात से जुड़े हुए अन्य विभाग हैं, उन सब में एक जीवंत संबंध हो, सब संबंध नहीं होने का होता है। तीसरा, जो अनऑथराइज्ड रूप से सड़कों पे गाड़ियाँ खड़ी होती हैं और दुकानें हैं या मकान बन गया है, उस अनऑथराइज्ड ऑक्यूपेशन को समाप्त करना, जिससे लोगों को मदद मिल सके। मुझे लगता है कि इस रिपोर्ट के बाद, इसके रिकमेंडेशन के बाद सरकार अगर स्वीकार कर लेती है तो दिल्ली के ट्रैफिक में बहुत हद तक हम निजात पा सकते हैं।
The panel also referred to the phenomenal increase in the population of Delhi from 4 lakh in 1901 to over 192 lakhs now and projected to rise over 225 lakhs by 2025. It also expressed concern over the presence of 112 lakh vehicles in Delhi, accounting for 12.5% of total vehicles in the country. Registration of over 1,700 vehicles every day, the gross mismatch between the rising number of vehicles and expansion in road length and lack of regulation of incoming vehicles into Delhi as a major reason for the worsening traffic in the national capital. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
That's all we had for you in this edition of Parliament Matters. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Rajya Sabha Television.